So, friends, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to the dedication ceremony of Lake Mark Kramer. Formerly known as Mud Lake, Lake Mark Kramer forms the mouth of the Armand Bayou watershed. And as the newly placed sign in Clear Lake Park indicates, it has been renamed in honor of Chief Naturalist and Director of Conservation Emeritus at Armand Bayou Nature Center, your friend and mine, Mr. Mark Kramer. If we could wave our magic wand and go back in time, as Mark likes to say, we would see a young, beardless Mark jumping off of tire swings and swimming and fishing and paddling in the waters of Armand Bayou, a bayou heavily damaged by subsidence and without the presence of much of the wildlife that we see today. However, over the course of the last 30 years, Mark has led teams of staff and an army of volunteers to restore close to 30 acres of marsh grasses and hundreds of acres of Texas coastal tallgrass prairie, contributing significantly to the return of iconic wildlife like the American alligator, the American bald eagle, the North American river otter, and the brown pelican. These restoration efforts have been followed by fierce preservation efforts as Mark and his team have battled the threats of invasive species, poachers, and encroaching development. That work has been accompanied by the unparalleled education that thousands of people receive every year when they enter Mark's world. Whether you are cruising along the bayou on a kayak or on a pontoon boat, or in a hall listening to one of Mark's famous drawl-tinged lectures, or reading one of his Mark Twain-esque blog posts, anyone who has spent time with Mark will tell you that an hour with Mark will leave you with a lasting awe and wonder for our natural world and a desire to know it better and to make it better. There is no other single individual, past or present, who has done more for the ecological health, restoration, and preservation of this watershed than Mark. Therefore, it is fitting that Armand Bayou now flows into Lake Mark Kramer. Please join me in giving Mark a round of applause, and I'm going to unmute you guys. Yeah.
Yay. Congratulations.
God, everybody's here.
Well, guys, that's just a little introduction there. So with that, none of this would have been possible without our dear friend, the mayor of Pasadena, Mr. Jeff Wagner, who will officially dedicate Lake Mark Kramer. The beautiful sign that you saw there was commissioned by an artist by the city of Pasadena, that beautiful cranes, that heron sign. And so with that, Mr. Mayor, I turn it over to you to dedicate the lake.
Thank you guys so much. You know, when you said something about Mark, his world, well, it is his world, but he made our world so much better by taking the time and doing what he's done for our city, our county, our state, our country. When I first met Mark, it was on one of the boats on one of the tours, and I was fascinated by the things that he was saying, because he just didn't know him. It was in his heart. His passion was real. It was so real, I'll never forget as long as I live. After I left, my wife and I talked about how this man was the most, I forgot what word we used, but it was a word that he was so real, it was unbelievable. The passion he had on that tour, and I knew he had on every other tour, was so great. I learned so much more about that bayou from that one visit than I've ever learned as studying before I even got there. Mark is you nailed it. He's the greatest guy that we know that does what he does, bar none. And it's my privilege today to make Mark Kramer Lake official. This is the most proudest moment since I've been mayor for almost 4 years, to do something this incredible. And how this was laid in my lap, I thank God for it, because this is the least I could do for something that means so much to our whole state. And with that, I've got a picture right beside me, right behind me. That's Mark. Now, I was told this was on the tour that I took. I don't know if it was or not, but that's how he looked, and that's what he did for me. That look, that almost a smile, but the passion he had for what was around him was unbelievable. And if you will, do me a favor, find a place at Armand Bayou, because there's going to be a little plaque under there. Talked about him, what I think about him. I would like that to be hung somewhere out there if you'll take care of that for me, sir.
We'll do it.
Again, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this.
Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. As you guys know, Mark spent a part of his career with that picture that you saw of Mark on the Hannah G was when he was on that pontoon boat, was when he was doing tours for Harris County. You guys probably recognize that Harris County Precinct 2 is a dear friend to the Nature Center. The property is actually county property. And we have an amazing, wonderful partnership with the county. Our friends from the county are here. In fact, that beautiful interpretive sign that you saw below the Lake Mark Kramer sign was produced by the county. We provided them with the content, and then they produced that sign for us so that it could be placed there below the sign, introducing the lake to everybody. And so with that, I'd like to give our friends from, unfortunately, Commissioner from Precinct 2, Adrian Garcia, who is a dear friend of the Nature Center, could not be with us today. He had other commitments that he could not make it today. He couldn't get away. But Jose Jimenez and Chris Sadler are both here from Harris County Precinct 2. Jose, I'd like to give you a moment to say a few words, if you would, please, sir.
Yes, and first and foremost, on behalf of Commissioner Adrian Garcia, he does apologize for not being able to break away from the business of the county and the budget hearings and all that wonderful stuff that's going on over there to try to get more money into Precinct 2. But he sends his regards and his love for everything that has happened and what Mark Kramer has done for Precinct 2 and Armand Bayou and everything that happens on this side of town. I can tell you, as a person who has grown up in Precinct 2 and as a child came to Armand Bayou, that I was looking at the little slideshow you were doing, and I remember being a kid, and I believe I met him because I remember the beard, and I was like, I know him, so it's an honor for me to be here and support the programs. And on behalf of Commissioner Adrian Garcia, take this as a commitment that not only are we going to keep doing what we've done, we're going to increase the support for Armand Bayou and everything that supports the entire area. So congratulations to Mark Kramer and late Mark Kramer, and I look forward to enjoying a kayak trip up and down the bayou very soon. So congratulations, and I'll pass this over to Chris, our Director of Parks and Trails. Chris,
thank you, everybody. Yes, sir. Thank y'all. I just want to echo what Jose had to say. It's an honor to be here today to share this experience and dedication with Mark and everybody on the call. It's tremendous to see the amount of people that joined the call today. I've been here for about 1.5 years with Commissioner Adrian Garcia in the Parks Department. And I remember I got to meet Mr. Kramer in my second week here, and we had meetings. And I remember that, in the little library at Armand Bayou. I love our relationship that we have with Armand Bayou, and that we're able to dedicate to Kramer Lake, and we look forward to our long-term commitment to Armand Bayou.
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for all of your support for Armand Bayou over the years. Thank you very much. So that leads us sort of to the last portion of our program. I believe that George Regman has prepared some comments. So George, perhaps you'd be willing to step up now. You have to unmute yourself. George, are you there?
Jim, he's there, but he's on mute.
I
There
gotta
you-
find.
I
Let me
think I
find
finally
it.
found it.
There it goes.
Are you
There we go.
unmuted?
Am I being read now? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. You can see what my computer skill level is like pretty easily. My name's George Regmond, and I worked at Armand Bayou Nature Center as a naturalist and educator for many years, 1976 through 2013, when I retired. It was a fantastic career. I had unbelievable experiences and opportunities at Armand Bayou Nature Center. And I first met Mark Kramer in 1979 when he began volunteering at the Nature Center, just a young whippersnapper. After he became a staff member in 1995, we worked very closely together, educating the public about wildlife and the natural history of the property. We worked on habitat restoration, maintaining trails and grounds, highly varietal job, which is something I always liked. You never knew what the day would bring almost. There were so many things to do around the place. And sharing the love that we both have for this land and its creatures. We became very close friends and have remained so. As you may know, Mark's disabilities have left him with no voice. On his behalf, he asked me to read these words, which he's written. So I'm quoting Mark now. Thank you, my friends, for being here. To have you all here for this great honor makes my heart soar. Isn't it remarkable that we have this urban oasis in the most densely populated county in Texas? A place where Pasadena residents can enjoy taking their children to view alligators, otters, and eagles in a town that's known for its industry. A place we've done some good work here, all of us, from the beginning. Harris County and the city of Pasadena have been the foundation of this conservation success story. Together, we have proven that business, industry, suburbia, and wilderness can thrive if we all work together. I've played my small role in that story, as have many of you here today. I've been a student of Armand Bayou for over 40 years. With mud under my toenails, I have found a lifetime of happiness immersing myself in this beautiful place. I'm deeply grateful for this unexpected honor. As a native son of Pasadena, this story, my story, our story, makes me proud. Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. Thank you, Mayor Wagner. Thank you, Tim. You do me great honor here today. I don't have words to adequately express my thanks. Unquote. Renaming the lower portion of Armand Bayou in Mark's honor is a wonderful and well-deserved tribute, in my opinion, to his dedication and the love for this special place. So I'd like to thank Commissioner Garcia, Mayor Wagner, and Director Tim Pilot for having me today. And thanks to you, Mark, for your treasured friendship. Always, we are brothers. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you very much, guys. Well, guys, that concludes the official program for today. We are so grateful that all of you could join us and be a part of this thing. Man, you know, as we all get ready to retire and wrap up our careers, you know, we wonder, you know, you know, did we move the needle? Did we make a difference? And did anybody notice? And to have a public waterway named after you in this way, what an affirmation that is. So God bless you, Mark, and God bless all of you for being here. Thank you very, very much. It's so wonderful to see all of you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Tim.
guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. And
Congratulations, Mark.
Yep.
Congratulations,
Mark,
Mark.
you're the best.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Mark.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Mark.
Mark.
I don't
Thank
know
you,
the best to you,
Mark.
Mark.
Wow.
Thank you, Mark.
We love you, Mark.
Congrats,
done, Mark.
Mark. You're the man.
Yes. We love you, Mark. Congratulations.
And then in a very short time window, it all gets planted in one day, prairie pandemonium. George, Kelly is going to start lighting fire. I'm going to let her get 50 or 100 yards down the fire grade. Of wetlands and wildlife, like this tricolored heron you can see just on the left shoreline right over here. I'm not sure if we'll be that lucky. A couple of weeks ago, we'll get the camera on them and you can see just how beautiful the closed canopy forest. But this is a really good opportunity with all the leaves off the trees now to see some of those spaces.